William issues shocking statement as King Charles is hospitalized. Buckingham Palace in gloom. Buckingham Palace, the symbol of British royal authority, is now shrouded in a somber atmosphere as news of King Charles III's sudden hospitalization spreads. Welcome to today's special update, where we revisit a significant development in the health journey of this revered monarch. For those who closely follow the intricate and emotional saga of the British royal family, this event is undoubtedly an unmissable highlight. While steadfastly undergoing cancer treatment, the king has faced an emergency situation, leading to an unexpected hospital visit that has drawn the world's attention to London with concern and well wishes. The statement from Buckingham Palace not only sheds light on King Charles's current health condition, but also raises questions about the near future of his royal duties. This event casts a muted hue over the palace, reflecting anxieties about the king's well-being and the heavy responsibilities he bears. Join us as we delve deeper into this meaningful story. Let's get straight to the heart of the matter. The narrative surrounding King Charles III's health has once again taken center stage, but this time is something unusual afoot. As we know, the king began regular treatment following his cancer diagnosis earlier this year. Throughout this period, Buckingham Palace has seemingly strived to maintain an image of transparency, releasing tightly controlled updates while preserving a veil of secrecy around His Majesty's privacy. However, a recent incident has shattered that silence, compelling the palace to disclose details about the king's health and immediate commitments. What truly happened to trigger this turning point? Buckingham Palace issued a critical statement revealing that King Charles required a brief hospital stay due to side effects from his prolonged cancer treatment. This news instantly sent shockwaves through royal enthusiasts and the global public alike. But the question looms, is this merely a minor hiccup or a sign of something more serious? What does the statement say, and more crucially, what does it leave unsaid? Will the king's long-planned visit to Birmingham be canceled entirely, or is it just a temporary delay? We need to dig deeper to uncover the truth. Let's analyze the sequence of events as presented by the monarch's office. The crux lies here. King Charles experienced certain side effects tied to his cancer treatment regimen. The official statement from Buckingham reads, and I quote verbatim, "Following scheduled and ongoing cancer treatment this morning, the king experienced temporary side effects requiring a short period of observation in hospital." It sounds straightforward, but let's pause. Why this morning? That suggests the incident unfolded abruptly, beyond anticipation. The phrase scheduled and ongoing treatment seems intended to underscore that this isn't a new issue, but is the palace downplaying its severity? Temporary side effects is a pivotal term. It hints at a manageable condition, but who can confirm that beyond the medical team? In the short period of observation in hospital, why was it necessary if things were truly unalarming? Did the doctors detect something unusual? Or is this just an overly cautious step? Let's dissect these details to piece together the full picture of the king's health and what might be concealed. Is something graver being hidden within Buckingham Palace's statement? The text goes on to reveal the immediate impact on King Charles's schedule. His afternoon engagements were postponed. This raises suspicion. When and why did these side effects emerge? Did they strike suddenly in the morning or build up by early afternoon, forcing the palace to scrap the day's later plans? This disruption is far from trivial. It not only affects the king, renowned for his unmatched dedication, but also upends those who meticulously prepared to meet him. Who are these individuals and how are they impacted? Don't assume these were minor appointments. The statement discloses, King Charles was set to receive credentials from ambassadors of 3 nations that afternoon. This isn't mere ceremony, it's a constitutionally significant event where new ambassadors are formally accredited to the court of St. James. Was postponing it, even briefly, truly necessary? Consider this. The embassies planned meticulously, so what does this sudden shift reveal about the king's condition? The palace wants us to believe it's insignificant, but is it? Then a glimmer of hope emerges. His Majesty has now returned to Clarence House, the statement reassures. The brief observation period ended, and the side effects seemingly subsided, or so we're asked to believe. But why the lingering doubt? Is the palace rushing to calm the public before rumors spiral? The impact didn't stop there. The statement adds, acting on medical advice as a precautionary measure, tomorrow's schedule will also be rearranged. The word precautionary recurs, a linguistic tactic to ease concerns. If the king is fit to return home, why cancel the next day too? Are the doctors concealing something more severe? The king isn't silent about his feelings. The statement notes, His Majesty wishes to apologize to those inconvenienced or disappointed. Is this apology genuine or a public soothe? It shows he's aware of the fallout, but how extensive is it? The next day he was slated for 4 public engagements in Birmingham, a plan requiring tight coordination from security to locals. Greatly disappointed, he says, but is this frustration rooted in health or the pressure to uphold an image? We must probe deeper. Is this just a minor glitch or a symptom of a larger issue masked by the palace's careful wording? Imagine the people of Birmingham, community leaders, charity workers, perhaps school children, eagerly awaiting their monarch. Does the palace truly care about their disappointment, or is it a perfunctory nod? A royal spokesperson revealed that King Charles hopes the canceled events will be rescheduled. But is this hope certain, or an empty promise to placate the public? They stress the king offers his deepest apologies to those who labored to make the Birmingham visit happen. Is this sincerity or a strategic move to safeguard his image? The often unseen efforts the palace mentions, who are behind them, and how are they truly affected? Step back and see the bigger picture. Since ascending the throne, King Charles has kept a relentless schedule, reminiscent of Queen Elizabeth II. But his cancer diagnosis earlier this year forced a pause, or perhaps a cover-up, of major duties. His recent return was warmly received, so why this setback now? Is his health frailer than the palace admits? Cancer side effects are unpredictable, but is this just reality or a hint of a deeper issue being obscured? The palace is playing a balancing act. They must maintain the monarch's image, fulfilling constitutional duties while safeguarding his health needs. Terms like temporary and precautionary repeat. Are they trustworthy? Protocols for a temporarily incapacitated king are noted, but why no counselors of state? Is this as minor as claimed, or are they dodging mechanisms to keep secrets? Public reaction, empathy, support seems shaped by this controlled transparency. Compared to past secrecy, are we really getting the full truth? The postponed Birmingham visit isn't just an event. It symbolizes the public bond. The palace pledges to reschedule, but why does Birmingham matter so much? Who benefits from this morale boost? And what if the king can't return? In sum, King Charles faced side effects, was briefly hospitalized, and returned to Clarence House. Engagements with ambassadors and Birmingham events were canceled, with apologies and hope for rescheduling. But behind these details is something being withheld? We must keep digging. Is King Charles's hospitalization just a personal incident, or a window into a deeper reality? On the surface, it highlights the monarchy's human side, but is something concealed? The cancer treatment challenges are very real, but how real, and why do we only see the tip of the iceberg? The king's dedication is lauded, yet is this resilience nearing its limit? The palace stresses he follows medical advice. But who gives it, and what are they protecting? Buckingham's communication is dubbed careful, or is it a staged performance to control the narrative? Such events shape the modern monarchy, but what lies beneath the transparency and dignity veneer? The adaptability they boast. Is it strength or a mask for fragility? The king's duty commitment faces temporary disruptions. But what if they're no longer temporary? Public support flows, but are they backing truth or a crafted image? Is the royal bond truly enduring or just fleeting sentiment? We want your take, not just surface thoughts. What do you think of this news? Is the palace's delivery clear or murky? Does it make you question the pressures on the king, especially with his faltering health? How have you balanced duty and health? Any parallels with him? Share below. We need sharp perspectives to unravel this. If this analysis intrigues you, hit like. But why does it matter to you? Subscribe to dig deeper. Future updates might reveal more. Thanks for watching, but the question lingers. Have we been told the whole truth about this hospitalization? We aim for clarity, but are details missing? Stay tuned. The truth may be more complex than we think. Picture this: a secret, locked away for decades, suddenly bursts free from the shadows, ready to dazzle the world under a blazing spotlight. Whispers and rumors that have lingered for years are about to unravel right before your eyes. Lady Sarah McCorquodale, the elusive sister of the unforgettable Princess Diana, has kept her lips sealed through storms of controversy until this very moment. Now she's poised to shatter that silence and unveil the hidden truths about the iconic Princess of Wales. Why didn't she buckle up that night? It's a question that haunts me still, Sarah admits, her voice tinged with mystery. After all this time, she's stepping forward to speak. What secrets will she spill? Could her words rewrite the pages of history or mend the fractures of a broken past? Stay with us. This is a tale you won't want to miss. More than just Diana's sister, Lady Elizabeth Sarah Lavinia McCorquodale has unleashed a revelation so explosive it's like a thunderclap in a silent night. For years, she's dodged the glare of that tragic spotlight. But now, in a gripping documentary tribute to Diana, she's summoning the courage to confront the questions that have gnawed at us all. Sarah drops a stunning truth. Diana was practically religious about wearing her seatbelt. So what changed on that fateful night? She fumes at the notion that Diana was just hurt and expected to bounce back from that devastating crash. Are you intrigued yet? There's a treasure trove of mystery here waiting to be unearthed. So grab a seat and join us as we plunge headfirst into this captivating enigma. Lady Sarah McCorquodale's life is a tale worth exploring, especially since she's at the heart of rumors tied to her sister's demise. Born the eldest of four to British aristocrat John Spencer and Frances Shan Kidd, Sarah was 2 years older than Jane Fellows and 6 years Diana's senior. The Spencer children grew up steeped in royal circles, with 4 of their grandmothers serving as ladies-in-waiting to Queen Elizabeth. Their childhood unfolded at Park House, a home rented on the Queen Sandringham estate. Sarah and Diana shared a great relationship. Many believe the younger sister saw Sarah as a hero. Their bond with their parents, however, was uneven. John and Frances couldn't salvage their marriage, which ended in separation and divorce. Frances craved freedom and soon wed Peter Shan Kidd. John sued for full custody of his children and won. As a result, Sarah, Diana, and their siblings stayed at Park House with their father. They later moved to Althorpe after their grandfather, the 7th Earl Spencer, passed away. Sarah earned the title of Lady when her father became the 8th Earl Spencer. He remarried Rayne, Countess of Dartmouth, a choice that didn't sit well with the Spencer children. Tension brewed between them and their stepmother for years. Sarah stepped in to fill the gap in Diana's life, guiding her through the upheaval of a new mother figure. Diana admitted to resenting her stepmother and described her childhood as unstable, but Sarah did her best to support her. How could Sarah have led Diana down a dark path if she always had her best interests at heart? What did Sarah do to her sister? A push off the cliff? Before Diana became a global icon, she was just a simple girl. Let's peek into her early days to understand. Did you know she was homeschooled under the watchful eye of governess Gertrude Allen? Diana only began formal education when her father deemed her ready to fend for herself. She started at Silfield Private School in Norfolk, then moved to Riddlesworth Hall, an all-girls boarding school. At 9, Diana joined her sisters at West Heath Girls' School in Sevenoaks. There, she honed her charisma and earned an award for outstanding community spirit. After finishing school at 16, Diana was eager to try everything. She loved music and became a skilled pianist. Swimming was a favorite pastime, but above all, she studied ballet and tap dance. She once quipped that if she hadn't become a princess, she'd have loved to be a dancer. As far as we can tell, her life was blooming. Diana wasn't afraid to explore the world. When she moved to London, she spoke of sharing a flat with other girls, learning to take life as it came. Rumors swirled that she worked as a nanny, a youth dance instructor, a playgroup, preschool assistant, even a party hostess. Diana was spectacular, adapting swiftly to her new London life. Her most popular gig was as a nursery teacher's assistant at the Young England School in Pimlico. For a time, she lived with Sarah. That's when Prince Charles entered the picture. Sarah introduced Diana to the prince while visiting the Spencer family home in Althorpe. He was there for a pheasant hunt. Diana recalled their meeting in the middle of a plowed field. According to the Daily Times, Charles saw her as a suitable bride and future queen. Diana, meanwhile, was mesmerized by the young prince. Before meeting her, Charles was known for his string of romantic flings. Here's a shocker, he wasn't new to the Spencer family. Wondering who else caught his eye? It was Diana's older sister, Sarah. Lady Sarah once dated Prince Charles before his romance with Diana began. She wasn't impressed, though. She reportedly told Time magazine, "There's no chance of my marrying him. I'm not in love with him, and I wouldn't marry anyone I didn't love, whether he was a dust man or the King of England." That didn't faze 19-year-old Diana, who believed Charles loved her as much as she loved him. They started dating after 13 meetings, leading to their engagement and wedding announcement. Diana initially denied engagement rumors until they were ready to go public. Everyone rejoiced for the couple. Queen Elizabeth II took a liking to Diana, and Sarah approved of her sister's relationship with the future monarch. After getting engaged, Diana quit her nursery job and briefly stayed at the Queen Mother's Clarence house. She later moved to Buckingham Palace. Their wedding took place at St. Paul's Cathedral, one of history's most watched events. Over 750 million people tuned in to see their fairy tale nuptials on TV. Thousands lined the streets, hoping to catch a glimpse of the couple. After the marriage, Diana became the Princess of Wales. The public embraced her as she carried out royal duties, often standing in for the Queen. One notable appearance was at Commonwealth functions. Many saw Diana as a shy princess, but she was charming and magnetic. Her heart for charity work shone through, focusing her energy on helping others. Her campaign against the stigma of AIDS patients grabbed attention. The Princess of Wales touched AIDS patients and showed kindness, aiming to shift old narratives about the disease. Partnering with the International Red Cross, she also pushed for landmine removal. To Diana, charity wasn't a duty, it was her purpose. Her friendly smile and poise won over countless hearts. She wasn't just the Princess of Wales, she was the Princess of Hearts. Diana wasn't a dainty lady waiting to be served. She loved being hands-on. Where was her sister as Diana joined the royal family? When Charles and Diana got engaged, Sarah married Neil McCorquodale, with whom she has 3 children, George, Emily, and Celia. Sarah and the princess stayed close after Diana's marriage to Charles. Sarah was involved in royal affairs, sometimes serving as Diana's lady-in-waiting on official trips, like a royal visit to Nepal. Though she avoided the spotlight in the couple's marriage, Sarah remained a presence in her sister's life. She lived with her family in Grantham, Lincolnshire, where she served as High Sheriff of Lincolnshire for a year. Diana seemed to be living the dream. So what went wrong? Was there more to Sarah's rejection of Prince Charles? Did she uncover something troubling about him? If so, why didn't she warn her younger sister? Could that be why some believe she led Diana off a cliff? Then there's the other woman. Alongside Diana's inner struggles and the pressures on her young shoulders, she faced her husband's longtime mistress, Camilla Parker Bowles. Rumors of Charles's affair with Camilla swirled before and during their marriage. It seemed everyone knew, forcing Diana to confront his romantic history. This was a bitter pill to swallow. Charles wasn't in love with her as she'd believed. His words from early in their marriage suddenly clicked. When an interviewer asked if they were in love, Diana chirped a quick, happy yes. Charles replied, "Whatever love means." It was odd then, but now she understood. She wasn't the only woman in his life. The Princess of Wales was brave, but nothing prepares you for the royal spotlight. She learned her duties on the fly, slowly winning people's hearts with frequent appearances. Known for her soft heart, Diana also knew when to stand firm. One of the most photographed people ever, her beauty and iconic fashion captivated the world. In public, the princess seemed to thrive, handling royal duties with ease. But away from the cameras and glittering events, something was off. Diana was lonely. She carried many fears. She was the first English woman in over 300 years to marry the heir to the throne, since Anne Hyde wed James, Duke of York. She was also the first royal bride with a job before her engagement. Grateful for these honors, she craved a simple, loving life, one she lacked. Feeling inadequate, her marriage to Charles drifted apart amid mounting issues. For years, Diana battled postnatal depression, low self-esteem, and the pressure to embody the Princess of Wales. "I didn't like myself," she once said. "I was ashamed that I couldn't cope with the pressures. What did I do? Well, I just hurt my arms and my legs." Even on her darkest days, she felt compelled to perform. In a TV interview, she opened up about her personal unhappiness and the demands of her role. "I felt compelled to perform. When I say perform, I mean go out, do my engagements, and not let people down." Diana admitted to struggling with bulimia, a severe eating disorder. She looked perfect in paparazzi shots, but behind closed doors, she was unraveling. "They think because you're in the media all the time, you've got enough attention," she said. "But I was crying out because I wanted to get better, to go forward and continue my duty and role." The media didn't help. News broke that she had a personality disorder. Was no one there to support her in this trying time? Was she left to suffer alone? Sarah re-emerges as Diana's savior. Some might think Sarah harbored a secret vendetta or envied her sister's fame, but that's far from the truth. Sarah was a true sister, stepping into Diana's pain when she was in distress. She honored the love and friendship they shared. Yet Diana was about to lose her title through a bold decision. It may have felt like treachery to the royal family, but Diana was unstoppable once her mind was set, and they knew it. She'd endured Charles's affairs for years. This wasn't news to the public or well-wishers who saw them as a perfect couple. Soon, it became clear their marriage might have been a mistake. Beyond the age gap, their incompatibility was glaring. They had nothing left to hide. Rumors surfaced that Charles and Diana were seeing other people. For Charles, it was always Camilla. Was it his neglect that drove Diana into rumored affairs? Reports claimed Diana was involved with James Hewitt, the royal family's riding instructor. The rumor exploded, with some suggesting he was Prince Harry's father due to a supposed resemblance. Hewitt and others dismissed it as false and absurd. Harry was born 2 years before any alleged affair. Charles and Diana grew distant, their discomfort obvious. Gone was the sweet smile Diana flashed when asked if they were in love. The couple was clearly trapped in a loveless marriage, both visibly unhappy. You might think Diana stayed quiet about Charles's rumored lover. Everyone in the palace knew about him and Camilla, but few expected Diana to confront her at Camilla Parker Bowles' sister's party. The princess did something bold. She spoke to Camilla about her affair with Charles, saying she knew about their relationship. That should have rattled Camilla. Yet, in a later tape, Diana recounted Camilla's reply. "You have 2 sons. How does that feel?" What an odd response to being caught. It wasn't a secret affair. Perhaps Camilla wanted Diana to accept it. Then came Andrew Morton's book, Diana, Her True Story. Why did it draw such attention? What did it have to do with the royals? Brace yourself, this is unexpected. The title alone hints at revelations. What could Morton say about Diana that the world didn't know? Shocking details emerged. Diana had considered taking her own life multiple times. The book's claims sparked outrage. Everyone knew she was unhappy, but not to that extent. People struggled to accept it, yet the new information hit hard. When no one listens to you, or you feel no one's listening, all sorts of things start to happen, she explained. You have so much pain inside that you try to hurt yourself on the outside because you want help, but it's the wrong help you're asking for. Alleged secret interviews revealed her marital struggles. Though Diana and Morton denied her direct involvement, many couldn't dismiss the explosive contents. He claimed the info came from her family and friends. Shouldn't they have known what was happening with her? These revelations and more fueled public skepticism about Diana's denial of Morton's stories. The Queen and Prince Philip tried to intervene, unhappy with the bad press. They arranged a meeting between Charles and Diana, but reconciliation failed. The royal family loved writing letters, and soon Prince Philip sent a series to Diana. Like others in the family, he was disappointed with Charles and Diana's conduct amid marriage troubles and rumored affairs. We'll never know if she found his letters provocative. She always replied with gratitude for his goodwill. Some saw tension between her and Philip, others saw nothing. To clear the air, he publicly denied disrespecting or targeting Diana in his letters. This was another burden for Diana, but a bigger scandal loomed. Leaked phone tapes between Charles and Camilla went public. Dubbed Camilla Gate for all the wrong reasons, Charles was heard saying intimate words meant only for Diana. If she lacked proof before, it was now undeniable. His affair became the talk of the town. This bizarre news, unfit for royalty, spread like wildfire, dominating tabloid headlines. Charles tried to explain in a TV interview with Jonathan Dimbleby. He claimed he only rekindled things with Camilla after his marriage to Diana had irretrievably broken down. His confession backfired, drawing more criticism for his relationship with Camilla while still married. Diana wasn't spared either. A videotape recorded by her voice coach, Peter Settlin, surfaced. Hired to refine her public speaking, Settlin became a confidant. In the tapes, Diana discussed more than voice lessons. She spoke of her marriage and admitted to being deeply in love with someone else years earlier. We know to take her seriously when she declares her feelings. Her teenage love for Charles landed her here. But in these tapes, she wasn't talking about him. She described a man in the royal circle, saying she was quite happy to give it up and got off with him. Her love interest, she said, was ousted from his role as her bodyguard after suspicions of their connection led to his transfer. Diana called him a good friend, but denied a romance. Perhaps she still held some love for Charles despite his public betrayal. Diana also spoke of Charles's mistreatment, saying, "He made me feel so inadequate in every possible way. Each time I came up for air, he pushed me down again." With this info and speculation swirling, the fairy tale romance was clearly sinking. Diana was linked to other unconfirmed affairs. Tired of refuting claims, she might have let the public think what they wanted. She didn't just blame Camilla for her marriage's collapse. Rumors suggested she believed Charles was involved with other women. In a letter to her favorite butler, Paul Burrell, she hinted at more shocking revelations. Stay tuned to find out. The kingdom's future weighs heavily before anyone marries into the royal family. Charles and Diana's union seemed to strain the monarchy. Royals typically led quiet lives, avoiding drama, but these two broke from that decorum. They became the family's most controversial members, with daily updates on their relationship splashed across headlines. For years, the prestigious family faced scrutiny for the wrong reasons. Rumored affairs, not state affairs. Charles and Diana took media hits, denting their reputations. Were some claims true? We'll find out as the story unfolds. Diana often issued statements denying outrageous infidelity rumors, insisting she hadn't followed Charles's path with Camilla. It didn't sway insiders who'd seen their marriage up close. In a twist, Buckingham Palace announced the Queen had advised Charles and Diana to divorce. Discussions lasted weeks before letters were sent to the couple. Prime Minister John Major and senior counselors backed the Queen's move. Charles agreed in a written statement. After talks with Charles and the Queen's representatives, Diana consented, setting her terms. Their divorce finalized that summer. Though she remained Princess of Wales, she lost the Her Royal Highness title. They shared custody of their children. Diana received a $17 million settlement and $400,000 yearly. A non-disclosure agreement barred them from sharing details of their divorce or marriage. Still, she was respected as the prince's mother. Post-divorce, Diana kept her Kensington Palace apartment and access to royal security from the Metropolitan Police's Royalty Protection Group, which she used when traveling with her sons. She later refused it, cutting ties with the royal family. Diana may have given up on Charles, but not on the people who adored her. She maintained her public profile, resuming charity work with a focus on mental health patients. She made hospital visits with William and Harry, showing them the world's realities and the less privileged. People couldn't stop admiring her compassion, humility, and warmth. They marveled at how quickly she bounced back after leaving the royals. Diana wasn't a princess just because of her title. She earned it. Settling into this new chapter, she considered love again. Sadly, one final decision led to her demise. She accepted an invitation to France from companion Dodi Fayed, meant as a relaxing getaway. In a Paris tunnel, Princess Diana and Dodi Fayed were caught in a car crash while fleeing relentless paparazzi. Dodi and their driver, Henri Paul, were confirmed dead on impact. Diana was badly injured but responsive until the ambulance arrived. She reached the hospital but passed away early the next morning. The news stunned the world. The people's princess was gone. Many couldn't believe it. Lady Sarah and Jane Fellows traveled with Charles to France to retrieve Diana's body. The vibrant 36-year-old's life was cut short. Sarah was among the few Diana trusted in those turbulent years. She was often seen with her nephews, Princes William and Harry, around London. The sisters frequently vacationed with their children. Witnessing this tragedy broke Sarah's heart. She contributed readings at Diana's funeral, served as co-executor of her will, and became president of the Diana, Princess of Wales Memorial Fund. Remember Diana's butler? A letter from her to Paul Burrell revealed the unthinkable. She allegedly believed Charles planned to end her life to clear the path for remarriage. She even predicted her death, fearing their bond was bugged. Many might dismiss her as paranoid or obsessed. We don't know how Burrell reacted, but it likely stirred deep thought. Why would Charles need her gone? She was no longer in his way, so what did she mean? Controversy swirled after her death. Many suspected a planned attack. Dodi's father claimed his son and Diana were murdered, insisting the crash wasn't natural. Some alleged Diana was under U.S. surveillance. An inquest probed her demise, questioning Sarah. She said Diana called her from Al Fayed's luxury yacht, fearing it was bugged by his father. Sarah noted others suspected MI6 involvement, or that those chasing Diana and Dodi weren't typical paparazzi. Diana's bodyguard faced scrutiny but claimed amnesia, recalling no useful details. The driver, Henri Paul, faced allegations of being under the influence of alcohol and drugs. The inquest ruled no foul play, just Paul's recklessness caused their deaths. The case closed long ago, but Diana's threat to powerful figures lingers. When Sarah decided Prince Charles wasn't ready for her, should she have seen the same for Diana? If she could turn back time, would she have kept them apart? Diana was a strong, generous woman who lived a sad life. She deserved love, matching the affection she gave others. She spent years striving to be enough. Being next in line as future queen was a big role, but it shouldn't have led to her dark path. Her beauty, captivating smile, and generosity remain etched in many hearts. The world misses her, but none more than Princes William and Harry. They knew a deeper love from her behind the scenes. She wasn't just a mother, she raised them unconventionally for royals, never missing a chance to be in their lives despite her busy charity work. She showed them a world beyond palace walls, helping them grasp a normal life without titles. Years later, Harry, Duke of Sussex, and William, Prince of Wales, honored her memory with graveside visits, memorials, and concerts. Charles moved on, marrying his longtime love, Camilla. They're now king and queen after Queen Elizabeth's passing. Each year, countless tributes celebrate the lovely Princess Diana. She may be gone, but her love stays fresh in many hearts. Fresh in many hearts. Fresh in many hearts. Fresh